Let me go through the roles, especially for Paul, who wasn't here in the last game. You're going to have, so for the village team, we're going to have an unknown number of villagers, regular villagers, I should say. We're going to have a bodyguard, who, like always, they can protect somebody each night. They cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. We are going to have a tough guy, which the version of the tough guy that I do is if the werewolves try to kill them, they won't die that night. They will just die the following night. It's like a delayed death. If the bodyguard tried to protect them the first time, they wouldn't ever get affected, but if they try to protect them the second time, they still will die. We are going to have a regular seer in this game. The seer can check somebody each night. I'll give them a yes, they're a werewolf. No, they're not a werewolf. We are going to have a mystery roll. This is what I did with the last game, Paul. So only this one person will know this role is in the game, and the options are, it could be the hunter. So if the hunter dies, they get to kill somebody, whether it's night or day. They could be the apprentice seer. So if the seer dies, the apprentice seer takes on the seer role. I will message them and say, you are now the seer. They'll wake up when I say seer, wake up. Or they could be the diseased, which again, the way the diseased works is if the werewolves targeted them, nobody would die the next night. So this mystery person will be messaged saying, you are this role, and only they will know that role is in the game.
Sorry, what did you say diseased was again?
If the werewolves try to kill them at night, they won't get a kill the following night. So they'll die.
Oh, okay.
The next night, nope, the werewolves won't get a kill.
Just if they do kill them, not if they try to kill them.
Yes, if they are successful in killing them. So if the bodyguard protected them, their ability wouldn't go off. So that mystery person could be one of those 3 roles. We are also playing with unknown number of lichens. It could be 0, 1, 2, 3, who knows. We're also going to have another cursed villager. They will not know they are cursed. They will just be told they're a villager. But if the werewolves try to kill the cursed villager at night, they won't die. They will be messaged the next day saying you are now a werewolf. And in fact, they will become a rabid wolf. This is what we did in the last game. Paul, do you need me to explain rabid wolf? Okay. So they would become a rabid wolf.
It's my least favorite of all the roles that you do.
Yeah.
I love it.
We also have another new role that we didn't play with in the last game on the village team. We have the wild child. The way the wild child works is on the very first night, I will wake the wild child up. They will choose a role model. So they'll write one person's name down. As long as that person lives in the game, the wild child is on the village team. If that person dies, whether it's by the werewolves or you vote them out, the wild child is now on the werewolf team. They will wake up with the werewolves.
Wait, they wake up with the werewolves? Or they just want werewolves to win?
No, they will become a werewolf
They
with
become
them.
werewolf, wake up with werewolves.
Okay, that is different than just becoming.
Different than, yeah, otherwise they'd be like a minion or something.
Yep, no, they will wake up the werewolves the next night if their role model was killed.
And they'll be seen as a werewolf at that point.
Yeah.
Yes, at that point they would be a werewolf.
Interesting.
I don't know if you mentioned it. Is Dreamwolf out this time around?
I'm gonna get to the werewolves team. That's everyone I went over is on the village team.
Okay.
Do we have a witch?
So,
Sorry, I missed that.
Lycans, if there are multiple Lycans, won't know they are a Lycan. They will just be told they're a villager. The cursed person won't be told they are cursed. They will just be told they are a regular villager. So everyone needs to pay attention to messages because there might be a time where I say, hey, you're now a werewolf. The werewolf team, just an unknown number of regular werewolves. No special werewolf rules. So there's not a dream wolf in this one.
Okay.
I didn't hear witch. We don't have witch this game?
No witch this game.
Okay.
I gave you a regular
There's no mystery wolf.
No mystery wolf other than the rabid wolf could show up in the game.
Or like that would pair up, just have it be or like how Joseph did it, you pick one of 2.
No, yeah. So I will always if the rabid wolf is in the game or not in the game, I will always If a werewolf dies, I'll say, "Hey, stay awake," and I'll pretend like I'm messaging somebody, or I'll actually be messaging somebody. They're all good with those. All right, let me go ahead and figure out what the roles are for everybody. And I'll be messaging you.
Was
in
the
a
first
minute.
thing you said tough guy? Like that was the first roll?
It was,
Yep.
I think
Sorry,
bodyguard was the
I
first
see
one he said.
bodyguard, then tough guy.
Okay, thank you.
And sorry, what were the werewolf rolls again?
There
Just
weren't
roll
any.
the-
Oh, there weren't, just
Generic
had no
werewolf.
number. Okay, I was like, did I just blank out and miss all the werewolf rolls?
Yes. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Come on,
Connor's
classic.
moderating,
Classic
and there's no
Paul.
special werewolf.
Classic Paul, just blanking out.
So enjoying some of those West Coast freedoms.
I was like, I feel like you didn't miss the whole wolf explanation.
Just vanilla wolves.
Paul, you did you missed Melissa winning as a werewolf, just for your records.
Oh,
So you
wow.
yeah.
So you're actually good at as a werewolf now?
Yes.
A little. I mean,
Hold off.
Colton called me out, but nobody believed him.
And she never targeted a Paul, so she's been saving it for you.
Maybe I thought
I haven't
maybe
targeted
other
Paul.
Paul would be the target instead of me, since I wasn't around.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to be messaging you guys the roles.
So glad you're using the wild child. I've been wanting to either use that one or play with that one for a while.
I wanted to use that in the last game. If we had one more person, I would have thrown the wild child in there.
Yeah.
That's the first I've seen it. It looks pretty
Yeah.
neat.
I feel like it'd be interesting to not actually turn into a werewolf, just have them be an evil player and still not actually know who the wolves are, but just try to.
Well, here's what they know, right? Like they know they're on the good guy team. They know who their role model is, so they don't want that person to die. So whether they want to come out with that information or not, they can.
Or
Obviously,
they should just pick Blake and then they're gonna become a werewolf.
You guys can discuss this, but
Yeah,
I have.
it kind of comes down to what they want to do too. I mean, if
Because
they
a wild
wanna
child
be
can pick a werewolf, right?
Potentially.
They're going to pick somebody.
They'll just pick a random player.
They won't
without
know.
knowing who they
Okay, yeah. And then if that person dies, they become a werewolf,
Yeah,
right?
so if it's looking bad for the village, they could try to get that person killed so they can.
Now, did you say, Connor, because I think I've seen it both ways, where if the wolves kill their role model, they don't turn, that it's only if the village does, or is it no matter
I'm
what?
going to do if that role model dies,
Okay,
they will turn.
okay. Because I've seen it where it's just if the village, because then the wild child becomes so angry with the village
yeah.
for killing their role model, they turn against him. So, but it works both ways.
Okay, so again, here's the order I will go in. I'm going to wake everyone up the first night. Bodyguard will go up first. They won't protect anyone. I'll wake the werewolves up next. They're not going to kill anybody. I'll wake the seer up. They can check somebody the first night. And then I'll wake the wild child up. So all you're going to do, this is the only night I will wake you up. You're just going to choose somebody. That person's your role model. When that person dies, whether it's by werewolves or by the village, you will wake up with the werewolves. I don't think I need to message you for that. So you will know that you're going to be on the werewolf team. Everybody good?
All right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute you all. And everybody can go to sleep. All right, let's start with the bodyguard. Please wake up, just so you know who you are. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up, so you can see who you are. All right, werewolves, please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, thank you. Seer, please go to sleep. Wild child, please wake up. Who do you want your role model to be? This will be the only night that I wake you up. So please remember who your role model is when you choose them. All right, thank you. Wild child, please go to sleep. Everybody can wake up. You guys can go ahead and start discussing.
So if the wild child can come out and let us know who they picked, so that once they die, we can just kill them. That'd be great.
I'm gonna guess they didn't pick me.
They probably
I don't know.
Unless they want to be a wolf.
Yeah.
Well, that's also true. Yeah.
Like you are my role model, so but that's real life talking. So.
I'll just say it. I'm the tough guy, so see your bodyguard. Don't waste your time on me. Werewolves waste your time killing me.
I was waiting for someone to dispute that. I was like,
No, I think Adam.
I didn't think there'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
I think he just wanted to do all of his talking now and get it over with.
That was the thing.
No,
I mean, there isn't much of a reason to claim that. So,
Yeah.
I don't mean much.
Classic Paul, you missed it. Adam was talking a lot last game. It was
That's
weird.
true.
Oh, really?
It was
And
when he
was
was
he-
It was
throwing
a
me under
good
the
roll,
bus,
and then he
though, so I
turned
didn't
into
like
a
it.
wolf. It was like it's so weird.
It's nominating and seconding left and right.
Yeah, I was like, well, I still have no idea what I'm doing. Obviously, we're at this this day one awkward silence that we always do without a Sasquatch.
Awkward even with it. Mr. Shot Silent.
What, Paul?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some good thoughts here, but I'm just a villager, so I have like no powers to do anything.
Except, turn into a werewolf. Villagers are good at that, apparently.
Who claiming villager? That's a pretty suspicious move. That's what I was told.
Well, there's 6 roles, right?
Let me see. 1,
Yeah,
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Except, well, the cursed won't know who
One of
they
them's
are.
claimed, so
Yeah.
there's 5 other roles.
Plus random lichens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the cursed won't know who. I mean,
Exactly.
that registers as a regular villager. So we're down to what? 4?
The cursed doesn't know they're cursed?
No.
No.
And lichens don't know that they're lichens.
Yeah.
So, Courtney, you're a lichen. Let's get that out of the way.
I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to actually play for a little bit.
Okay, I might vote up for you once.
Thanks.
Doug, do you want
Once.
to come out as a seer again?
And get
day
called
one?
out for it.
I was thinking about it, but it's a little early this game.
Okay, well, that's true. We have a
Wait
real
couple
seer instead of the
turns.
one I'm seeing.
I haven't checked Melissa yet, so I'm gonna wait till at
I
least
am
that
not a
happens.
werewolf.
I'm hoping the seer
No singing in this
checked
voice.
Melissa right off the bat.
So I know we need information, but I also wonder if we're regular villagers, do we just kind of want to keep that to ourselves just because
Yeah.
you're
I
giving
would think so.
werewolf the list?
Yeah, well, it's also a regular villager's potential for a curse, potential for lichen, which I guess the werewolves would want to keep them alive.
And also potential for a wild child.
Ooh, that's right, yeah.
The cursed are
If
just.
they say that they're a regular villager.
I mean, the curse is why we.
Well,
lost
yeah, that's
that
kind of
week.
random, though, for the wild child.
Yeah, it's another game where we got nothing. It's day one.
Maya, you didn't get to nominate anyone last game. Throw someone out.
Someone under the bus, come on.
All right.
Adam's
You're not the
driving.
witch this game.
All on you, Maya.
Great.
And we're gonna, unless it's me, we're gonna kill this person. So
I don't know. Oh, I have no idea. Colton hasn't said anything.
That's not true. I've cracked a couple jokes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hasn't said anything to contribute.
Right.
Are you gonna kill me
You
now,
did
Blake?
ask if the seer
Also,
should
I don't
come
know.
out.
was that a nomination, Maya?
Yeah, I'll nominate Colton.
Call me Guami, I'll second.
All right, Maya, Colton, and Melissa seconded. This is the first vote of the day. Colton, this is your defense.
I don't think I'm a good kill. I am not a basic villager. I'm also not a werewolf, so I would prefer to live a little bit longer and keep doing my thing. But yeah, I understand it's first day we had to kill somebody, so you can do whatever you'd like, but I'd rather live a little bit longer.
All right, this is the first vote of the night. It's time to vote for Colton. 3, 2, 1, vote.
I appreciate that preemptive vote, Adam.
There are
It's for the
12
lag.
votes up. So Colton, you are still alive, and that was the first vote of the day.
Did anybody vote down?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thank you.
I think I kind
I
of
was thinking about it, but then I would have been the target again. So
It wasn't a great defense, but there was also no reason to suspect you, so why bother?
Wasn't a great defense. It was unanimous.
Well, you said
the first
we
vote
got
of
to
the
kill
game.
somebody, like whatever, as if it was the third vote on a Sasquatch, but no
Were you
Sasquatch
gonna say
first
something?
vote.
Was that Paul? Somebody started talking.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw this out. I think I want to nominate Doug, just because I haven't heard him talk when he's not a one-eyed seer, and so.
Nah.
All right, so Paul is nominating Doug. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, Johnny seconded. This is the second vote of the day. Doug, your defense.
Yeah, I had my fun last game. This game, I'm fine to die. I am a regular villager, so I am actually probably just as good for the village as I'm bad potentially for the village. So if there's no suspicion, I'm fine dying.
All right, it is time to vote for Doug. This is the second vote of the day. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 9 votes up and 3 votes down, so Doug, you are still alive, and that was the second vote of the day.
What was suspicious about that?
He was
Yeah.
quiet. He's more quiet compared to when he's when it was
Well, I
the
had
seer.
lots of information to give out last
Yeah,
time. I don't
I
have
mean,
information yet, so.
again, it's
It's got
comparing
Tanner for
game
the
to
play.
game,
Also-
which isn't always great, but
Being a basic villager, there's a chance that we're killing a lichen, which clears up seer info, and a cursed, which is
Potentially the
fantastic to kill.
cursed. Yeah.
And I think Doug would rather die a villager than turn to be cursed.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm the new Caesar. You know?
Yeah, now we're on third, and werewolves might be able to nominate or sneak someone through.
That's why I
Yeah,
voted
but
down.
then that's also
We're
you
not
know,
forced to kill. We don't have.
We don't
any
have a
change
role
or
that's
anything.
forcing us to kill in the game,
If
but
we
still,
think-
I mean, villagers only win during the day. So.
Right. If we think the person is worth saving, we're not required to kill. So.
With that argument, let's get a third nomination out there.
Courtney, you died quick last time. What do you think?
That was the nominating her.
I
Courtney, you
was
died
about to
quick
be like,
last
what?
time. Let's get you
I'm
out of here
saying
again.
I want her to nominate
Kill
someone.
you again.
Nominate
Yeah,
someone,
let's
Courtney.
not nominate Courtney. I know
Well-
how that goes.
Well, I don't know if I want to like just straight up nominate somebody if I don't really have actual suspicions.
I mean, we should have Adam nominate.
it's
He's
the
the one
last
person we
one.
trust, right? If he's the tough guy.
Hmm.
It is true that nobody is
Yeah.
disputing the tough guy.
This is a rough one. Because last game, I don't think Maya got to speak really at all. So I literally still know nothing about you. I've played with everybody else except don't know Johnny at all.
I don't know if we played one or not. I think I might have saw you play, but I don't remember at all.
Yeah.
I remember you as Cyclops. You're a Cyclops, right? In the Halloween
Yep.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There we
just
go.
know
Oh, that's
you-
right. Yeah, I remember that.
I just know you as Johnny Cyclops.
That's right.
All right, I need that third nomination, or we're going to sleep with no kill.
Blake, you see anything?
I don't know. Not. I never like to nominate, so
Adam, I think you should nominate.
At this point, Adam is definitely the
Um,
safest of us.
Sure.
We could
I'll
always do no
nominate-
kill. There's no Sasquatch.
It's also true.
I still think there should be a nomination.
You're also giving the werewolves a free night, though.
I'll nominate Greg.
All right, Adam is nominating Greg.
Any particular
Last
reason?
time I give recommendations to Adam.
So a second for Greg.
I'll second.
All right, Doug seconded. So Adam nominated, Doug seconded. This is the third vote of the day. Greg, this is your defense.
Yeah. Well, I kind of know how third vote of the day goes, but I am a villager. Again, a villager that you'd like to keep around. But it's too, again, I'm bad with coming up with suspicions, especially on day one. And unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of info. I have no info at this point, no guarantee anything. So we'll go to a vote and see what happens.
You're just a plain villager.
That's correct.
All right, this is the third vote of the day. Time to vote for Greg. All right, 3, 2, 1, vote. There is 2 votes up and 10 votes down. Greg, you are dead, and Greg was a villager. All right, everybody go to sleep. All right, let's start it off with the bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Okay, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, werewolves, please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, Seer, please go to sleep. Everybody wake up. And we did have a death last night. Colton, you are dead. Colton was a villager.
Johnny, why'd you kill Colton last night?
What's that?
Why'd you kill Colton last night?
I did not kill Colton.
Who was it that said Colton was being too quiet? Somebody said that yesterday.
Maya, she's muted.
It was me.
So you decided to finish the job at night? Or...
No. I just thought he had talked a lot last game in like the first couple minutes and hadn't really said a lot this game. That was it.
Again, some of it's the game plan that you have. Like, I really liked what he did with claiming the hunter last game when he was actually the disease to try and get himself killed. Like, so if you don't have a game plan, you're not going to talk. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I was on the spot and didn't have anything to go off of, so I just said that.
yeah. I feel bad because I was planning on voting up for Greg the entire time, and he said I shouldn't be killed. And then Adam asked, "Are you a plain villager?" And he said yes. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, that completely changes what you're telling
Yeah,
me."
it was a little dicey because he said I could help the village, and then he said he was plain, so I thought he was lying.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just kind of hoping we got lucky with the werewolf pick.
Yeah.
Well, also,
I'm not
any
that
plain
good.
villager could be cursed, and
Right.
Yeah.
per last game, worst case scenario is if curse turns into rabid werewolf. So
that also means every time someone dies, it's not good for us because that means that more than likely they probably were actually a roll.
I'm trying to remember, did Colton, did he claim some kind of role or just regular villager? I mean,
He
I
claimed
know
he
he,
had a
I
roll.
think he
Anything,
claimed
anything.
anything, did he?
He was silent.
I
Nothing
think his
specific.
role was like BGG advertiser.
Yeah, I don't think he claimed anything.
He didn't claim a specific role. He said that he did have a role, that he wasn't a basic villager.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they went after him.
Rules question, Connor. Is the role model told they're the role model?
No, they're not told.
Okay.
So who here do we think is somebody's role model?
It depends on if they
Well,
want to be good or bad.
That's a
Yeah,
good.
but they wouldn't know, right? And the wolves are random.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Right,
just
but if
saying,
they-
like, the running joke is like some people die quicker than others and like are more prone to being, you know what I mean, taken out. So if they pick people like that.
If you want to play werewolf, you probably pick an experienced person. If you want to play villager, you probably pick someone on the sidelines who won't get much notice.
okay. The silence always cracks me up.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Because
I'll
you know
run
it's
to
just
everybody's faces for tells and see everybody else looking around for tells also.
I can break
Everybody's
the
eyes are
silence.
just going side to side, up and down.
Yeah, I'll break the silence and nominate Maya.
I'll second.
I'll second.
All right, so I had classic Paul nominated Maya, and I had the other Paul second it. So this is the first vote of the day. Maya, this is your defense.
You can kill me. I'm just a plain villager, so I guess it's more likely I'm either a lichen or cursed. So you can go ahead and kill me. I'm just a plain villager.
All right, it is time to vote for Maya. Again, this is the first vote of the day. All right, 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 8 votes up and 2 votes down. Maya, you are still alive, and that was the first vote of the day.
So I'll say why I voted down is that when Classic Paul did do the nomination, I did hear a little of a uh-oh kind of noise coming out of someone that was nominated. So that made me very suspicious of, uh-oh, I was caught.
Adam, it looked like you kind of wavered there during your voting and went a little slow. Were you watching everybody else to see what everybody was doing?
No, my internet's having all sorts of issues.
It did
Like
happen last
everybody is choppy. I can't see half the time. I can't tell who's talking.
He just said every
I'm just
time.
hoping.
I'm
I'm just hoping
it's
it
always the. Sorry.
doesn't kick me off.
Uh-oh could be I'm a werewolf, or it could be uh-oh, I came off suspicious when I shouldn't have. So.
You're saying I said uh-oh?
Oh,
The
that's
dog
what.
said.
I heard like
that
a very a forced
Oh no, I
sigh,
just get
like
get super nervous to get like put on the spot. Sorry.
Fair.
when you were asked to talk the first day, you weren't nervous. It was when you were nominated you were nervous. That's what I'm going on. I'm just going on social tells.
Okay.
Did you have reason for the nomination, Paul, or just
No, I've just never played
throwing
with
one out
her, so I
there?
wanted to hear what she had to
Gotcha.
say.
Makes sense.
And I wanted to break the silence. I knew we were gonna have to nominate shortly anyway.
Well, then you tried to kill.
Yeah, I didn't like
So
that
you
defense.
It's that murderous rage when it's so silent.
I usually don't vote up or vote down on the first vote, but if I don't like the defense, then I will.
I say that all the time. Vote how you feel, not just for the third vote. So.
All in. You seconded. You have thoughts?
I tend to like to keep things moving. I was actually just thinking about nominating someone else. Not that I have a really good idea. I wasn't anything in particular about Maya. Just it's the first vote, and
Sure.
wanted to see how things shook out. Trying to keep track of who's claiming villagers, but also know we don't want to talk about that too much.
Doug, you also tried to second, and got kind of you both seconded at the same time. Did you have a reason
Oh,
for?
I told my exact reason. I voted down. I heard a nervous noise that made me feel like someone felt like they were outed. And we had one werewolf last game, so if the curse hasn't changed and we're at 1, I imagine we're at 2 now because we're 12. But if you're one werewolf and you're the only one you're getting nominated, you're probably going to be a little concerned. Melissa, would you like to tell us if you were nominated first last game, how you would have felt?
Oh my God, I would have died. I would have been like, this game's
Yeah.
over, guys. I'm done. Just start over.
All right, I'm going to need a second nomination today, please.
I nominate Paul M.
All right, Adam
Second.
nominated Paul Mitchell and Melissa seconded. This is the second vote of the day. Paul, this is your defense.
I am not super important. I may be able to help out later on, but it's not the end of the world if y'all get rid of me. Having a lot more trouble with suspicions this game. Some different people staying in, so don't know how much I can shed light on stuff. I know Ilan and Johnny, I haven't heard talk as much. I feel like I've pretty much heard from everyone else.
All right, it is time to vote for Paul Mitchell. This is the second vote of the day. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 7 votes up and 3 votes down. Paul, you are still alive, and that was the second vote of the day.
I feel like we've had really bad defenses tonight.
Well, we haven't had much in the way of suspicion. There's nobody's suspecting
Amazing
anybody
seer.
or giving them real.
Coming out round 1.
I'm a little nervous about Doug just because he voted down twice and did claim a regular villager.
I'll nominate Doug.
A second.
John,
I've been
Wait, what?
suspicious. What?
and I think that was Elon who
Yeah,
seconded.
I'll second that.
So Johnny nominated Doug and Elon seconded. This is the third vote of the day. Doug, this is your defense.
I am just a regular villager again. I'm only bad once we kill, potentially if we kill like a werewolf, because of the cursed role. But I'm just a basic villager. Paul didn't really have any suspicions, so that kind of makes me suspicious. The fact that everyone on the third vote is now nominating me makes me kind of suspicious of those people, Johnny and Elon. And like I said, my social cue. But again, if you have no one suspicious, I'm a fine village kill because I'm just a villager.
All right. This is the third vote of the day. It's time to vote for Doug. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 2 votes up and 8 votes down. That is enough to kill. So Doug, you are dead, and Doug was a villager. All right, everybody go to sleep, please. All right, let's start it off with the bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. Okay, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Werewolves, please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, Seer, please go to sleep. Everybody wake up. Good night for the village team because nobody died tonight.
So either the cursed is turning, the bodyguard protected, or I'm dying tomorrow night.
Man,
I nominate Elon.
I second it.
Saw that coming.
Adam nominated Elon. Courtney seconded. This is the first vote of the day. Elon, this is your defense.
I know that you're nominating me because it came off pretty suspicious with a quick second on Doug. I just thought that a lot of his throwing shade at other people and being very specific with no real information made me think that he was just trying to gun it to get people out. Made a mistake, but vote how you will. I'm just a normal villager, by the way. Should have said that first.
The first vote of the day. All right, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 5 votes up and 4 votes down. That is not enough to kill. So Elon, you're still alive, and that was the first vote of the day.
I'll go ahead and nominate Johnny.
All right, Paul is nominating Johnny. Is there a second for that? And Paul, classic Paul, is seconding that.
Paul,
Quickest day.
working together.
Johnny, this is your defense.
All right, I'm just trying to count how many people have said they're villagers. Again, I don't necessarily want to say that out loud just to kind of avoid them getting picked off or whatever, possibly if they're cursed. And kind of counting the roles. I think I've got 2 roles accounted for. But I'm on the villager team. Again, I don't think it's hugely necessary unnecessarily if I die, but I'd rather not. But I'm on the villager team.
All right, this is the second vote of the day. This is for Johnny. 2, 1, vote. There are 6 votes up and 3 votes down. That is not enough to kill. That was the second vote of the day.
I want to nominate Elon again.
Courtney is nominating Elon. Is there a second for that?
I'll second it.
And Blake is second.
Before
Courtney
we
nominated.
kill him,
Hmm?
if we vote him out,
Your defense. This is the
sorry.
third vote of the day.
Nothing else has changed. I understand why you're suspicious, but I am just a normal villager. You're not losing anything special, but you are losing a vote. So I would probably advise against giving the werewolves a free kill.
All right, this is again.
Can we say anything else at this point, or is it just vote?
I don't care.
Okay, Adam, what were you saying?
I was going to say if I die, if Elon is a werewolf, I'm pretty sure Paul M is as well. Just throwing that out there because there's a decent chance I die tomorrow night or tonight.
All right, so again, this is
And maybe the other Paul too.
Vote for Elon. 3, 2, 1, vote. There is 1 vote up and 8 votes down. Elon, you are dead. And Elon was a villager. All right, everybody go to sleep. That was probably the quickest day I've ever seen. I actually don't think there was any discussion. It was just nominations and defenses, which is hilarious. But we're going to go into the next night. Let's start out with the bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, werewolves, thank you. Please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, thank you. Seer, please go to sleep. Everybody wake up. And there was a death. Courtney, you are dead. Courtney was a villager.
Okay, so I guess Adam wasn't targeted the night before.
Yeah, so that means either the bodyguard protected or they hit a curse.
Well, Adam can't be lying, right? Because somebody would have claimed tough guy
I'm
instead,
not.
right? Because he
I
did
just had
the
really
first
bad
one.
suspicions.
The only way
I'm
I
not saying your suspicions. I mean to
Yeah,
claim
I mean,
tough guy,
if
and
somebody
again,
claimed to be the seer and they were lying in day one, I'm sure the seer wouldn't come out. But tough guy's a role where you could say, no, you're lying, I'm the tough guy. So
yeah,
I feel like somebody would have said that Adam was lying.
yeah,
the
that's
only
kind
way
of.
Adam goes bad is if a werewolf dies and it's the rabbit. Other than
Which
that,
would have had to be the cursed at first, I think, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we haven't.
So if
killed
there
a
are 3
werewolf
werewolves
yet,
in
right?
the game and we kill another villager, we lose.
Right.
yeah, if the seer has any information, that would be the. I don't know. At least get some safe people. I know, Adam, you were suspicious of both calls. I don't know if.
I think I could be wrong. I think Courtney was the seer. She didn't say very much, and then she so quickly, I think, seconded Elon and then nominated him. So I thought her doing that was her kind of signaling that she had seen something. Maybe she saw a lichen, and that's why she was so sure about it, unfortunately. But
Because he claimed villager. Greg said villager. Doug said villager.
Classic Paul at the beginning mentioned villager.
Yeah.
Colton said, you guys said Colton said a role, or potentially said a role?
Yeah, I think he said something.
I said villager as well.
Yeah.
so we're all just villagers.
Well, it's possible some of the villagers that died weren't just saying they were villagers when they were actually maybe more important.
Yeah, with lichens, cursed, wild child.
Yeah, because the wild child potentially could have turned as well and could make. I assume we started with 2, but I don't know for sure. And then the wild child would be a third, again, with so many dead. The chances are pretty high.
It is possible, I guess, the night that nobody died, if the mystery role was the diseased.
So it could be 4 wolves right now, which
maybe
no, I don't
Colton-
think.
No, if there's
Colton
4
could have
wolves,
been
If there's
diseased.
4, we'd lose.
Yeah.
So if there are 3, which the chances are relatively high, we have to kill a wolf today.
I have a suspicion. And it's only because, Melissa, I told you I'm not going to call on you ever again, but I haven't heard anything from you, and we know your abilities. And so I'm not nominating you, so I'm giving you a chance to speak up now, but that's my current suspicion.
I think my top of my list is Paul M, and then Classic is second. They've been kind of tag teaming each other. I actually don't believe both of them are wolves. I think one is. Leaning more towards Paul M, because he's done a lot of seconding. I seconded Maya. He voted down on Doug in the first day. And I feel like a werewolf would kind of jump on that down vote on a first nomination. That's what I wrote down. Other than that, I am a village role, not a plain villager.
So I know Adam S. was mentioning that it could be the diseased. It actually can't because I'm the hunter. So early on, I mentioned that I could be helpful later on. I didn't want to shoot someone right off the bat. So it could still be a bodyguard protect, but the cursed has me really worried. Of course, we're just going to lose regularly if we don't get a few things right, but.
Classic Paul.
Yo.
Give
Well,
me something.
I'm just a plain old villager. Unless I'm a lichen, I don't know. I didn't flip from cursed or anything.
The problem with being the hunter is we won't know. I mean, I would assume the seer's dead at this point if no one's talking.
I think Blake's right that Courtney was the seer.
Courtney.
I think Colton was the bodyguard.
Either that or all of their checks have died. I don't know.
I'll go back to Maya. I nominate Maya.
All right, Adam nominated Maya. Is there a second? Classic Paul seconded. Maya, this is your defense, and this is the first vote of the day.
I'm still just a normal villager. I haven't turned. I haven't gotten any messages. Yeah. I don't know what else I could say. I'm kind of suspicious of, Johnny, but that's just, yeah, but that's it.
All right, it is time to vote for Maya. This is again the first vote of the day. You all ready? 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 2 votes down, 5 votes up. That is not enough to kill. Maya, you're still alive. That was the first vote of the day.
So I don't mind if y'all take me out, but right now my front runners for getting a bullet would probably be either Johnny for the for the nomination on Doug.
Yeah, I did that because of you, and I was suspect of him too.
Or classic Paul because of the downvote Melissa's suspicions. I mean, we've been rocking the nominations together, but that's probably who I'd take out.
But why come out with that? I wouldn't even do that. I mean, it's too late now because you've done it. But if you're a hunter, I would, in case one of them is a werewolf, they're never going to kill you. Whereas if you hadn't said nothing, they might kill you, and then you might have killed a werewolf. But it's already done. But
I'm also not sealed to it, and part of what it lets people do is talk to me and let me know if I'm thinking through things incorrectly or if they have stronger suspicions. Like, it's not set in stone. It's just something to say.
Well, right now I trust Paul Mitchell and Adam and Blake. But I'm not super keen if Paul Mitchell is stabbing me in the back or completely fooling me. I am a little suspect of Classic Paul, just the way he seconded for Maya. I think Adam just thought Maya, which I don't know for
I wanted
certain.
to hear what she had to say, and
But
I kind of trusted Adam's
yeah,
I guess. And her defense was not great, so.
Well, I've been off every time, so there's no reason to trust anybody, I suspect. So it's probably Melissa and Blake and Johnny, because I've never suspected them.
I suspect Melissa and Classic Paul, and I don't know if there's a third or not.
Was
I think
But
Paul's
again,
lying.
I don't have much of a leg to stand on with that.
When Melissa was a werewolf last game, was she acting like this?
I mean, I don't know what she was acting like. It was just kind of I don't know, Melissa. She's multifaceted.
No, I wasn't. I was acting super nervous because I was a wolf, but I am not a wolf. And I think Paul M is lying. I do not think he's the hunter.
Well, my thought was that we could try, and if he is the hunter, he can try to kill a werewolf for us. But then if
If he
kills
does
another
die,
He's
villager,
wrong.
then that's
I'm done. But
It's too much, too many
if we kill another
casualties.
villager this round, I think we're done anyway. I don't. It depends if there's 2 or 3.
because if there's 3
So,
and we go to night and
Connor,
have him
quick
kill the wolf, we
question.
lose.
Yep.
If there's 3 wolves and say we would kill the hunter,
hmm
would he or she get their shot? Or if it becomes 3-3, it immediately ends?
No, they would get their shot if
They
there
would
was.
still get their shot. Okay.
But he's sus of me, and I'm just a villager. So if he does the shot on me, then it's like still loss.
So
Well,
nobody else has a role. We don't have the wild child. We don't have
I mean, I can
anything
double check
left.
my
No, I
chat.
have a roll.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still a villager.
I feel like whenever you do that, Paul, you're a werewolf.
Oh, really?
When you do that, oh, let me check my message.
Paul. Classic Paul.
I'm just a villager. What can I say?
I'm gonna go ahead and nominate Classic Paul because I mean we could vote for him here. We could not vote for him, and someone nominates me, and maybe I end up shooting him anyway. So I'm just gonna throw out the nomination on Classic Paul.
All right. So Paul nominated Classic Paul. Is there a second? No seconds.
I'll second.
No, Johnny seconds. This is the second vote of the day. Paul, this is your defense.
Okay, well, since I'm a villager, I cannot help you out with any sort of special powers. But what I can help you out with is numbers on the good side. And that's really important right now.
All right. It is time to vote for Classic Paul. Again, this is the second vote of the day. All righty. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 2 votes down and 5 votes up. That is not enough to kill. Classic Paul, you're still alive. That was the second vote of the day.
So the only person I trust for sure is Adam S. I think he is a confirmed role at this point. And so I'm just a little worried about Melissa.
No. Don't be worried about me. I'm fine. Seriously, I'm fine.
I just know, I don't know. I just know you were quieter earlier on. And you're a good wolf, even though you say you're not.
I was a good wolf once. I'm not a wolf though, I promise.
Are you willing to say your role?
I mean, sure, why not? I'm the wild child. I don't care. I figure at this point,
Have you
my person is
turned?
still alive. My person is still alive that I look up to. I have not turned. I could turn. So right now, I'm good.
Or do you want to win as a villager, or do you want to win as a werewolf?
I don't know. I kind of feel like Guami right now. Like, what do
Because
I
I
wanna
think your
do?
numbers, I think you're better off turning to a werewolf. So
Thought about that. I feel a little Guami-esque. I'm like, what do I want? Because I could lie about who I
How are you
select.
feeling about Johnny right now?
How do I feel about Johnny?
Yeah,
I actually
does
have no
anyone have
opinion.
sus on Johnny?
No, Johnny's not sus to me. The only one that I have on my list is Paul M. And he's not who I look up to.
I'm curious why he said he could trust Blake completely.
Me? Well, I don't trust Blake
I didn't say
completely.
that.
No,
Oh.
Johnny earlier said he or maybe you just said you trusted him.
I
Sorry.
trust Blake. I trust you for sure. Paul M as the hunter, based on what he said early in the game, and then what he said a little earlier now, does sound like he was the hunter, at least pretending to be a hunter at both spots. So either he wrote down what he was pretending to be and continued through, or he actually is the hunter.
Adam, is everyone else seeing Adam frozen right now?
Oh,
Yes.
Am I frozen?
You are frozen.
Oh.
We can hear
Hard to
you.
tell when he
Okay.
freezes.
Yes, I would not have noticed for 5 minutes.
I was gonna say I have moved. So
Yeah, he's frozen on my screen.
So, I don't like to nominate, but Melissa, I just feel like the wild child is one of the easiest roles to claim because anybody who was the wild child would have claimed basic villager because we know there would be suspicion there that they could turn into a wolf.
Well, it's true. I did take my hair down and I kept like making it like big and wild.
I was wondering
Just
why you were doing that.
Let people know.
Melissa, just tell me if you picked me and then I won't be suspicious of you because then I wouldn't want you to die.
All right, I am going to need that third nomination, and
It is very
unfortunately, Adam, you're still
possible that
frozen. I don't know if you're
person-
trying to work on your end.
It is very possible that her person has died.
He has not. I promise. I nominate Paul M.
All right, Melissa nominated Paul M. Is there a second?
Tell him, man, do it. He's a wolf.
Sure.
He's not a hunter.
Adam
I'll
seconded.
second it.
The
If he is
third-
the hunter, maybe he'll kill someone.
This is the third.
Yeah, if you're the hunter, kill me.
Paul M. This is your defense, and Adam, try to turn your video off and on.
I can't. If I turn it off, it won't turn back on. My camera's messed up, so I'll just message my vote.
Okay.
So I'm worried. I wasn't worried about dying until Melissa started talking about the wild child. I'm worried she picked me. She's been thinking, but also if you wanted to turn, that's exactly what you'd say.
It's true.
So I am worried that whoever. So if I turn, I think I have to nail a werewolf here, or they have the numbers if she turns into a werewolf when I die. Blake, I know you were worried about who to shoot, so we might buy ourselves another day if we go ahead. I'll take the shot if I have to, but that's a lot of pressure.
All right. This is again the third vote of the day. So Adam, you'll just message me when I get to 3, 2, 1. All right.
I'll send it out to everyone since
Okay.
I'll know everybody's
Yep,
votes.
that works out. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 5 votes to save, including Adams, and 2 votes down. Paul, you are still alive, and that was the third vote, so nobody dies tonight. And everybody can go to sleep. I'm going to mute you all. And since Adam's screen is frozen, if Adam is a role that would wake up, I'm going to unfortunately have to skip him unless he can figure that out. All right. I'm going to start out with the bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, werewolves, please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, thank you. Seer, please go to sleep. And everybody can wake up. And nobody died tonight.
Melissa,
On me.
I I just think that was too risky.
What?
come
I'm telling
nobody
you, Paul is a
died?
wolf. Paul is
If it was-
100% wolf. Nobody died. Which means
'Cause
they didn't
if-
target me because I'm the cursed. I don't think the bodyguard's alive, so it's not me.
Wait, did you say you're cursed now?
No, I said I'm not cursed, so they didn't target me. So
Oh,
if they targeted Adam last night, you're a tough guy, right? So that means you'll let him
right.
tomorrow.
Oh, that could have been. Yeah, they could have done Adam.
That's not good.
Which would make sense.
Because then he'll
For
die
them to do
tomorrow
it.
night, right?
Yeah.
So
I
we're-
nominate Paul M.
All right, Adam.
Yeah, because it is good
Paul
that he
M.
didn't die last night.
Is there a second for that?
I second.
All right, Melissa seconds. This is the first vote of the day. Paul M., this is your defense.
So we were here a minute ago. I would like to have a little more discussion, even if I'm the third nominee, but that's the best I got.
Can I throw something in?
Yep.
I want to use logic that Adam used games and games ago against me when I was a wolf. The wolves would have targeted Paul M, thinking he was the hunter if he was, knowing he would kill me or if he thought that I was the wolf. You know what I mean? Do you remember that
Also,
game,
like
Adam?
saying
Yes, absolutely.
it's also
I do.
like saying they would kill Melissa because she always picks werewolves. So I don't know.
Well, so here's two of my guesses are one, the only suspicion I've thrown on is on Johnny and Paul. So if I'm not dying as the hunter, that makes me more nervous about Johnny or classic Paul. Secondly, if the wolves killed Melissa last night, then y'all would have been coming after me pretty hard because she's big on my suspicions. So
Yeah,
a
we're
shortcut for the wolves could have been getting rid of Melissa.
All right, this is the first vote of the day for Paul M. Again, Adam, you just have to message us. All right, time to vote. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 5 votes
Nobody
up,
believes us,
2
Adam.
votes down, that is including Adam's vote. So that is
I'm
not
suspect the classic Paul and
that is
Melissa.
the first vote of the day.
I have to nominate Melissa. I'm risking it all here.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna lose either way. Because I now think that Blake is a wolf.
Of course you
And
do.
Blake, you're my mentor. So if you die, then I'm gonna turn and lose because then everybody knows I'm the wild child, and you're gonna vote me out right now. I am a villager, and I think Blake is a wolf, and I think Paul is a wolf.
You said
And
you
I'm gonna
picked
die,
me
so I
as
might as well
your.
die on the village.
I hope
Wait,
it's
you
not
said
Blake.
you said you picked me as your person,
Mm-hmm.
Melissa. Come on.
I did. I did.
I don't buy
She wanted to
that.
be a
Hold on,
werewolf.
real quick,
I don't.
I only heard Blake nominated. I didn't
Oh.
actually.
I seconded it.
Okay,
Paul
Paul.
put us up. Yeah.
Don't do it. I am a villager, and when I die, Blake and Paul Mitchell.
Here's my thought quickly. You don't like being a werewolf. Picking Blake means you would be a werewolf earlier, most likely, because he's famous for dying early.
It makes no sense. Come on, Melissa. Melissa.
Right, this is
I'm
the
telling you, I picked Blake.
second vote of the day for Melissa.
You're better than that, Blake. That's why you're a wolf.
All right, time to vote. 3, 2, 1, vote. There are 4 votes down and 3 votes up. That is enough to kill.
Paul and Blake.
Melissa is dead, and Melissa was a villager. Everybody go to sleep. All right. Let's start it off with the bodyguard. Please wake up. Who would you like to protect? Remember, you cannot protect the same person 2 nights in a row. All right, thank you. Bodyguard, please go to sleep. Werewolves, please wake up. Who would you like to kill? All right, thank you. Werewolves, please go to sleep. Seer, please wake up. Who would you like to check? All right, thank you. Seer, please go to sleep. Everybody wake up. All right, and unfortunately, Maya, you were killed. Maya was a villager. And Adam, you were also killed. Adam was also a villager. And at this point, the werewolf team wins.
Is it Paul and Blake? Classic Paul and
Screaming?
Blake?
The screaming
Sorry.
I have been doing on this side of the camera.
All right, I'm going to mute you all. Go through this again. Wow. All right, so right off the bat, Greg was the bodyguard. You guys killed him, unfortunately. Colton, so Greg was the bodyguard from the last game. Colton ended up being the same mystery role and the same role again, which was the disease. So that was the reason why the werewolves got no kill. Nobody really brought it up until the end. Adam remembered there could have been a disease, but you guys really weren't thinking about that too much. Adam was the tough guy. He was killed the night before, which is why there was no kill, and then he died again, which that's why there were 2 deaths that night. Doug was the cursed villager, so it was a good thing you guys did vote him out. Melissa was the wild child, and she did choose Blake, and she played as much of a villager as she possibly could, being the wild child. So she gave it all out there. Courtney was the seer. She checked Adam the first night and got a no, which Adam came out with tough guy, so she was like, all right, well, that's useless information now. Then she checked Paul M and got a yes, so she knew he was a werewolf. But then she checked Elon and also got a yes, and Elon unfortunately was a lichen. So you guys killed the wrong one, and then unfortunately that put a big target on Courtney's back because she jumped the gun on Elon and the werewolves went after her. Classic Paul was just a regular villager. Maya was also a lichen, but nobody ever checked her, so that didn't come into play. Like I already said, Elon was a lichen, and Courtney did check him and got a yes, even though he was a villager. Paul, Mitchell, and Blake were the only 2 werewolves in the whole game, and they made it all the way to the end, which is probably a first. That a werewolf was never killed in a game. And Johnny was just a regular villager. All right, you guys can talk.
There
Okay.
was one game where there were
Yeah.
like 4 werewolves and none of them died. That's when Adam and I were starving wolves. It was in one of your games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Adam and I were starving wolves, and then there were 2 other wolves, and I don't think a werewolf died at all. But
That was it was entertaining because
Melissa flipped me right at the end there.
Courtney knew Paul was a werewolf, but didn't get the information out, and then Melissa was like on it, but you guys didn't believe her there.
Yeah, so what happened was, okay, so when I was like, can we say something? I was about to just hop out and be like, I'm the seer, it's Paul, and I got both of them. But then right when I was about to say it, Adam S. called both of them out, and I was like, okay, I don't really need to come out. If I can last one more freaking night,
Unfortunately, you gave Blake enough ammo to go after you that night.
I knew. I was like,
I
she's got to be. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, I
realize
knew
that
too.
it was Blake. I did have a suspicion that it was classic Paul. So as soon as I like woke up and I saw, or like I was dead, and then Blake was like, I think Courtney was the seer. I was like, oh, he killed me. He killed
Paul
me for
claiming
sure.
Hunter after knowing that I was diseased. That was so good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
Well,
was
he
very
played
good.
it the
Yeah.
first part too because he was like, "I'm the mystery role," and I was like, "Oh, he's I'll
Yeah.
be useful later."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, we'll
Your
just call it the
your
mystery role."
logic, everyone's logic was like, okay, we can kill Paul and he can kill somebody else, but at that point in the game, it was dangerous. You guys thought it was
Exactly.
3 versus 4. It was actually 2 versus 5 because Melissa hadn't turned. There's no cursed. So it would have been the safe bet to go after him, but you guys were nervous that if he was a hunter, you were going to lose.
Nobody
Holden, did you record this one?
I did, but at the beginning it didn't. Until I died. When I died, I tabbed out and realized it wasn't recording.
I wish
video.
people could hear some of the stuff that
The audio
Paul
was
M
all recorded,
said.
but
Because like
I don't know. I'll look through it and see if it's worth
the
posting.
things he said towards the end, like when he was like, "If I die, well, Blake, hopefully I'll kill a wolf so we can last a couple more days."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that's how
when,
like, he's
and then the
a
second time
wolf.
he goes, "So if I don't die as a hunter,
Exactly,
I'm gonna
yeah,
be
he went back
suspicious
to
of these
100.
2 people," and then no one wanted to vote him out. and his first
I think
defense
everyone
was
was
not
just
great
really
either.
nervous because it wasn't important. They thought it was 4 versus 3, so they're like,
Mm-hmm.
we have to get it right this time. So they were nervous because you got somebody who claims a role versus people that don't claim a role. It's hard to like go off of that, but yeah.
Well, and at one point I had Johnny's trust, and I knew I was I was getting classic Paul's trust, and Melissa picking me, like that was the easiest thing to be like, no way would she pick me. So I knew when he said
couldn't fathom that at
She
all.
turned me at the end. I thought it was Blake and Paul after she started doing her defense, which is why I voted up. And I was like, okay, come on, just vote
thought
up
you
and then
guys-
maybe. But at the
Blake
same
gave
time,
himself away for a little bit when they were going hard on Paul, and he kind of made the mistake on saying something about like, oh, if I'm a hunter or not. And then Blake was like, no, I'm suspicious of Melissa. I was like,
yeah, I was trying to divert the
You deflected
conversation.
so
you know?
hard.
I thought you guys would have tried to
And
kill
that's
Classic Paul just to meta Melissa, that she would have followed Classic Paul rather than Adam when you
Yeah.
killed Adam.
Well, and Courtney, to what you just said, that's why I was like, oh man, I picked Blake, but I'm pretty sure he's a wolf, and everyone knows I'm a wild child. So there's only so many people. I'm dying either way. So let me.
Oh, you guys would have won if you had gotten rid of Paul. Now, unfortunately, Melissa, you would have lost, but you guys would have won because Melissa gave you guys some valuable information by claiming she was the wild child.
I was like, she's got to go. But you're welcome, Melissa,
Yeah.
because Paul Mitchell wrote your name down night 1, and I said, no,
Oh, yeah.
I let you live. I let you live.
I do want to. So Blake was driving the smart kill. He got Courtney when he had to. He's the one that threw out Adam at the end to kind of give us false sense of security. So
I knew it.
I was lying, but he was driving the smart kills.
Well, because at
I
that
think
point,
if they had killed Paul anyways, I think it would have been you could have still slid through. You know what I mean?
Me?
If you had, you could have
Yeah.
still
Oh, I
slid
thought-
through. If you had killed Melissa after, you know what I'm saying? You could
Like, I
have
was more
continued on and
sus-
still
I
won.
was more sus of like Johnny than I was of Blake.
Yeah,
well, see, I thought if they killed Paul Mitchell, I was done for, because I just thought
I suspected Blake the whole time, but nobody else did, and Johnny
He's
was
too
like,
damn
"Well, I
charming."
trust," and it was like,
Yeah,
and I understand
trust
why
Adam
Melissa,
and 2 werewolves.
I understand why Melissa wasn't going after him, but it's like, why is nobody else suspecting Blake? But I had been so off early on because I had suspected Greg and whoever else I threw out at the beginning. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's
I'm just
killing a
off
lot of
this
good
game.
players, unfortunately.
Yeah, I trusted Adam. I just thought his targets were off. But
well, you never nominated me or did anything.
How upset were you that you died and you knew you should have probably maybe said your role right there? Like, it's hard when you're a good role. It's like, do I say it or I let them try and kill me?
She messaged me and she said she meant to message me. I was just like, did you mean to message Connor?
No. I was saying Greg.
Yeah.
Greg died. I'm sorry. They meant
The
Courtney.
first one you guys killed, he was your bodyguard. Like you.
I was thinking about that because I could protect myself the one night. The bodyguard for me has always been the role that I've been.
The thing about that
play,
is,
and you gave me it twice.
You could pretend
you
to protect
can
yourself.
protect yourself, and we also know going forward that we don't have our bodyguard anymore.
Yeah.
But that's
True.
also useful to the werewolves too.
Yeah, and
so I don't know.
I definitely have a lot to learn, and I know I'm terrible at this. Unless I'm a werewolf, then I turn out to be okay.
Only the werewolves were the only ones who knew Colton was diseased because they got a message that said no kill.
Right.
You guys were debating. It could have been Adam. It could have been Tough or bodyguard. It could have been Curse, and like no one really threw out the disease until the end.
Actually, yeah. So in that instance, I would have lived one more round. I would have protected my night or protected myself. So
Yeah.
Greg, I was gonna vote up for you, and then Adam just
Yeah,
quickly
no.
asked you, "Are you just a regular villager?" And you said yes, and I was like,
yeah, I screwed up.
"Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I've assumed I was out. It was the third vote of that in that round.
yeah."
Anyway.
But that's when it's the third vote. That's when you kind of have to. When you expect everyone's gonna just kill you anyway, like you might as well come out with the information so people know.
I was hoping I was actually going to be nominated. I didn't want to be suspicious about it, but I was hoping I was gonna be nominated. I would have said, guys, I'm coming out. I'm the apprentice here. And then when it like I would have been a likely target, and then Hunter wouldn't be able to be claimed by the werewolf when I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, Colton, I only killed you because I didn't want you doing that whole "let's all come out again" kind of a thing.
That was awful last time. I got so nervous.
Well, there was fewer
you were
rules
like,
in this
let's
one.
talk about his roles. Because at that point, I think I was the only wolf last game, and I was like, oh, we can't do that.